Hey guys, welcome back. A new video. It's not Deep Space Nine. Surprise, surprise, but I mean, you read that in the title, so duh. Uh, Today I decided to work on change of pace, do something a little different. I'm kind of in a stalled. Progress is stalled on Deep Space Nine right now, and there's things that I'm tinkering with behind the scenes with it. Just stuff that's not really worth putting on film. I decided I was not gonna do like I normally do, um, and just work on one model. I'm gonna try to branch out and do a little bit of others and work on them here and there, off and on between different models. But I'm not going to overwhelm myself. I'm not going to do what Ian at Pit Stain Hobbies is doing right now, and he's got like 30 of them. It's not 30, but he's got a whole pile of different projects that he's doing. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it manageable and keep it down to at most 3. We're not going to work any more than 3 at a time. But 3 is a lot more than the 1 at a time that I normally do. Ramble. We got that out of the way. Now, what I decided to start on today is this old AMT Nova Chevy Nova kit. I did not buy this, and it wasn't a gift from any. Well, I guess you can kind of classify it as a gift. This was someone else's kit. My old boss, when I was a painter, this was his son's kit from years and years ago, and he opened it and he started building pieces of the engine. Here, I'll show you. And he stopped. Didn't go any further. He left some paints in here, and we were looking around his old barn for tools and stuff and equipment, getting stuff for a job, and looked up in the attic, and there was this model kit, and he gave it to me because he knew I liked models, and it had some the paints and stuff were good, surprisingly, and so I took it home. And I've been using the paints, but I've done nothing with the model kit. See, this is what he built. And like just typical young boy didn't, or teenager, whatever, doesn't know how to build models, but is attempting it. But I mean, even then, he didn't do terrible, but it's really hard to judge since this is all he built. Man, that won't focus. Hard to tell his skills because this is as far as he got. I would love for it to stay focused, but it is just, I'm just doomed to never have anything in focus for you guys, apparently. This is as far as he got. He did paint. It's kind of funny, which I used to do stuff like that. And some small things, I've done this before as well in the past when I didn't know what I was doing. And sometimes it's easy to do it. He painted some things on the sprue, which that's fine. Here's where the engine assembly was at. Like that's as much as he did, and he put it back in the box with the paint and never touched it again. So I thought we would start building this, and for the longest time, I just kept it around to keep it around. No real intent on building it, but maybe one day I would get bored and try to build it. And the main thing is it's this Pro Street model, and it's got this ugly hood air intake scoop that I hate that. I know how a lot of people probably love that, the hot rod look of it. I hate this. And some cars, some of them honestly look pretty cool like that. But This one does not. But when I opened this kit and looked at it the other day, just curious, looking for a little project, there's the hood. No scoop. I can build this thing without putting that ugly thing on it. And that was the main drawback. So there's the air intake right there. So we're good. So I'm gonna build this. The only other thing that I don't like that goes back to it's a damn street racer. It's got fat racing tires for the back wheels, but I mean, it's fine. I'd rather it have either normal wheels on all four or fat racing tires on all four, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna adapt this kit. This is my one kit that I'm gonna start with and just try to build it. See where we can go and build it just out of the box, using only what I have in the shop, not adapting it, out of the box, which is not a normal way to build Starship models when you're really wanting to do them right, and you're nerdy enough to build them. You know, you typically, especially if you're like me, you want it all the bells and whistles. This is not. So we're gonna do an out of the box kit. I'm gonna follow the instructions. Something else, if you're experienced and familiar with how to build Starship models, Star Trek particularly, you tend to like almost never look at these. At least not for any instructional sake. But gonna use these, and it starts with the engine, which is why he started there. So today, get everything out here that we need here, and it's got these decals, and I looked at them. Oh, there's the dashboard. There's nothing on here to show you what these decals are. They're ugly. It's street racer decals, and I don't want all that crap. I just want the car. I want it to look like something I would drive, and I would not be driving around in a street racer. Although, what's funny about these fat racing tires is my old painter job is his painter van, at least the one that he had when I started out, he had fat racing tires on his van. It was really funny. He called it the Dust Buster. Alright, so we need this sprue and this sprue. I'm assuming we need that one. It's got parts that make sense for down there, and he started painting them. Alright, wheels. Chrome. I'll tell you, it's better off. It's nice to get pre-chromed, chrome-plated plastic parts like this, but in order for it to look good, I would say it's almost always better to get the get regular parts and finish them really well, and then put metallic. Get really good, which is hard to find really good stuff, but it's getting easier here more recent years to get really good metallic paint and paint it that way. It looks way more realistic, in my opinion, from everything I've seen. But pre-coated chrome parts like this always look funky to me. I think there's some parts we actually need in here, which is funny. Again, with the street racer stuff. Yeah, I think we need some of these. We'll see. We don't need this stuff. We'll put these back in the box. We don't need the windshields or windscreens from my European people, if any of you are watching. Put that one back in there, but we'll put it on top because we may need it here in a minute. I think I'm going to leave all of this that he started, like, and he pre-painted and all of that. I think I'm going to leave it. And that'd be a neat little homage to the original owner of this model that started work on it, and just leave it with the terrible seams and everything, and, and just build it right from there on, and just leave his work untouched but finished. I don't think I need, well, I probably need a new blade in this. I've been doing a lot with it the past few days. We'll see. We'll try to make it last a little while. I think, yeah, he did. So this is the funny thing. He literally did step 1. That is all he did, and he didn't even do the whole step 1. He didn't even do all of step 1. He left that piece off. So he didn't even complete the first step of this model, man. There's something else to laugh about. Okay, so since he didn't even finish step 1, let's finish step 1. He left off the timing cover and the water pump, which is right here. He did paint it on the sprue, but he painted it. Okay. I need to put a little 3-in-1 oil on this tool. The springs action is not doing very well. 20. Okay, so he used tester colors on this, which is fine. But to touch up over his testers, I'm gonna use some of my acrylics, where I've sanded on this, wore the paint off a bit. So get out some of my acrylic black and aluminum, and this I've ripped the label because we won't go into how that happened, but Vallejo, this is Vallejo acrylic metal colors, and it's for airbrushing, and it's actually really good. If you need a metal aluminum finish, this is actually really good stuff. I recommend it. Let's look at the next part. See what else we need. Go ahead and be cleaning things. We need breather caps, custom valve covers, starter, the fan belt assembly, and the alternator. Okay. There's the fan. Can't miss it. I really need to put some 3-in-1 oil on this. I'll do it eventually. I'm gonna suffer with it in the video like an idiot. Alright, this, tell me how this makes sense. This guy, he painted the pulleys and everything black, but the belt silver. I don't know about you, but I've not seen very many silver belts. I've seen I've seen black and rubber colored belts. Alright, this one's not painted, so I will paint it what I want. I think I'm gonna put some polls up if you guys like this series. Which I may do it anyways. And for the colors on this car. I just don't give you options of colors that are. Most of it's going to be colors that I have in the shop here. I have some options, or if it's not something I actually have in the shop, it's something that I can easily go pick up pretty cheap at the either Walmart or the hardware store. If cheap is in the word, it's not the hardware store. I'll say that. it's the most likely Walmart. But I'll probably put some polls up for like the body color. What color do we want the body? I have this really nice actual automotive paint that's got the metal flake in it. It looks better than this. I don't particularly care for this blue, and whoever painted this model, I don't like how they painted it. It's not very great. But I've got a nice blue, really nice blue. I can paint it with. It's automotive paint. I do like blue. It being Nova, and Nova, it just makes sense in my brain. I lean towards either a blue or a black. But it doesn't have to be either of those. I've also got some red, some like crimson, dark red automotive paint. And then I've got all kinds of model paint, guys. So, and then we've got the interior to decide on what the interior will be. They've got white interior in here. I don't think I'm gonna do white. We can do beige. I've got sand beige. I got plenty of sand beige. What this is. Sand beige. I've even got some red. I can mix some custom color a little bit if we wanted to. I'd rather not mix colors for this particular model though. I got grays. We can just make it gray interior. I've even got black. It'd be all black interior. It's a blue car. All black would probably look pretty sharp, honestly. I'll put some polls out possibly and let you guys decide. And there's those 3 items. And the rest of them are on the chrome. It's interesting to me that it's some of these. It's not interesting that there's chrome pieces. It's interesting that some of the pieces they decided to make chrome. Wow, yeah, I need a new blade. When that didn't actually, it left a score, but it did not cut through. That's weird. That's when you need a new blade. I kind of figured though. We're fine right now. All right, nice and super shiny. There's the alternator. Try not to booger it. And the starter. No, I got the starter. These caps. The other thing that's an issue with these pre-chrome things, I mean, it's chrome. You always gonna have to come up with some way of doing some touch-up. You're gonna have to come up with some kind of paint that does touch-up for parts of it because it's on a sprue and you got to get it off that sprue. And if it's like this type of kit, it's gonna leave a pretty pretty significant little impression of left on your part where it was attached to the sprue, because it's got a pretty good amount of plastic holding it there. Okay, so that is all the parts this to this stage. Clean that up a little bit. This is not gonna match. I'll drop a gray in there to see if it'll do what I need it to do. Use a cheat brush. It did make it a little closer. One more drop. Okay. I think I'm probably going to call that close enough. I have other paints in there, but they are not water-based. They're not acrylic. Oh yeah, close enough. Sounds actually kind of well. I'm actually going to use it to touch up his paint here a little bit. It matches close enough. You can see through and see the blue underneath because he did not prime it. I don't mind it being dirty looking. It's an engine. But like where I can see the dang blue plastic underneath, that'll bug the crap out of me. It needed a little bit of dark, but I don't feel like mixing. I don't have any other darker grays, and it's real easy to go too far with a drop of black. Just one drop could be too much. And so I'm just gonna go with this because this is close enough. It is not that much lighter than what's on here. Just do it. That was the wrong side. Better. All right. Touch up this one. I'd rather that be a black belt because it makes no sense for it not to be a black belt. But I may just leave it. I think I'm just gonna leave it because he did it. And this was his get first. I'm gonna leave it there as an homage to the original owner. So, timing cover and water pumps first. Do a dry fit connection. That's fine. Get the CA glue out. Anybody knows how to keep the tip of the CA applicator caps, and especially the inside of the cap, from getting crusted like this? If you know how to do it, let me know. Because mine does it really bad. Both of these that I've ever had have always, doesn't matter what I do, they crust up real bad. And I have to clean it out with knives and other stuff. I constantly, because of all that, it closes in order to get the cap on it, it closes the hole. I have to find it and repunch it. With this paper clip that I keep in my box just for doing so. This is what it's for. I got that on there now. So, moving past the timing cover and water pump on to stage 2, and these are all prepped except for the starter. I need to put the right color paint on the starter. I don't want a black starter. Wieland custom valve covers. Gonna put one, or gonna put both of them. Does it matter the orientation? I'm sure it does. Yes. That one goes on there like that, and then this one is reversed. Okay. Cool beans. Let's do some sanding prep. Come on there. I have to apply a pretty good bit of pressure on that actually. Ta-da! Starting to look kind of pretty with the chrome. Alright, and then these have little caps. How do they go on there? Because there's not a hole. It does not tell you how this is supposed to go on. I could drill a little hole and put it on that way, or I could take the little pin part off at the bottom, just glue it on that way, because hard way it is. we're gonna drill a hole. do an actual physical hardware connection. Because who doesn't love a real hardware type connection? Ah! That is the perfect size. The second bit and my little hand drill bits from my pin vise. I've got a Dremel that I bought specifically for this stuff, for my modeling purposes, and ever since I bought this little pin vise, I don't know that I've even used that Dremel. This just works way better. Alright, let's see. I might need to do a little pilot hole first, which would be hard because this is like the smallest bit in the box. I would have to get my micro bit and risk breaking it. Yep, that's what I'm gonna have to do. This is not the sacrificial box because I broke so many of them. The first one I always grab. I need a different box. Next in line, a slightly less sacrificial. A mic can get away with that. Nope. Alright, let's see if we can do this without breaking this bit. I bet I can't. I bet I break it like very quickly. I only have 3 more after this one. Drilly. And next. Do a little trick. Take the tip of my knife and find where the center is, because this one doesn't have a place. I take this tip and a little bit of pressure and a little twist, and I got a little scribe mark, little scribed indentation for the tip of my drill bit to rest on, so that I can actually drill into the center. Might have to get out my my helping hands that are less than helpful. You didn't know, breathing on it does help. The breath, the saliva in your breath, the carbon dioxide, like blowing on the egg glue, does help it dry. There is an actual reaction there. You do it out of instinct, but it actually does help. Not to mention it helps you psychologically, which is why we instinctively do it. It makes us feel better. When all else fails, Little kicker. Ah, a little zip kicker. There we go. Now to paint the rest of this. We're gonna go with our silverish color that we mixed and dried. Starter going on. A little convenient. I picked up the paint where I gouged it a little bit, but the starter is now attached. Okay. Carefully. Time to put the fan belt on. The fan and fan belt. Goes like that. And then the fan. And then the alternator. I'm gonna put the fan belt on first. Assembly. It actually has a little bit of paint guide here on what colors these parts go to. Some of them, it says you can match them to the body color. Anywho, putting this on first. So, rough it up a bit. We're just gonna back. Drop a CA and a drop a CA. Big dummy. Alright, so I want it level so it makes sense. Go. Scratch that up a little bit. Okay. Alright. Just drop the egg glue. Fan is not evenly spaced. Fan blade on this fan, they're not evenly spaced. Really weird. Okay. Last piece for this stage is the alternator. If I could just figure out what orientation it's supposed to go. It's less than clear on the instructions. egg glue. That's done now. Alternator is attached. I think stage 3, I think this is the last stage we're going to do today. Yeah, because the next part we start working on actual frame. Getting the housing ready to put this in. Okay. I don't ever want a transmission on my vehicle. Well, like that. Cracked wide open. Alright, this stage got a bunch of parts. We're going to leave off the big giant air conditioner, because I don't want to put that scoop on there. And I think if we put those on there, we'll have to cut that portion of the hood off and include the scoop to make room for them. Alright. Intake manifold time. Let's go right there. And then this. Ah. These go together like this. Okay. Simple enough. A little needle file out. Okay. Needle file. File. Holes. Rough them a bit. This one the same way. Really hit the back side of this. And this. Alright, I think I'm going to repaint these. I said I was going to leave things the colors he left them, but it's bugging me. They're supposed to either be black or the body color. It does look better after I touched up all that orange. I put red, but it's close enough that it looks better. Let's see what we got. We've got some blue pearl, and Inferno red. And these are both automotive paints. They're Chrysler colors, apparently, but I really like this blue. This is a good red, but I'm really leaning towards the blue. We can either do blue, a blue-bodied car, or maybe a gloss black. I think we're gonna go with this blue. That's bugging the crap out of me. This belt, I just can't stand it. We're gonna paint it rubber. I just can't stand it. Don't break the paint out and do a bunch of painting. I gotta fix it. For the remaining stages of this kit, this will be the last one we do today. For the remaining stages of this kit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prime. Maybe leave those because he painted them. But I'm going to go ahead and prime the remaining sprue for the entire kit. I'll leave that. He painted those. I don't mind that. He did a decent job. I can just touch them up. But like these sprues, I will. I'm gonna prime them. Gonna go ahead and get a coat of primer on them. That way, when I cut them out, I just got to do a little cleanup work, filing, and then just touch up before I actually paint it. And it'll make this, it'll streamline this a lot more, make it a lot better and easier on me. I can manage stuff better. Alright, those parts are cleaned up now. Let's get on the right colors now. First off, I'm going to touch up these because they don't have any paint on them, and that side doesn't have paint for some weird reason. So before this completely dries up on me, they need to be touched up, and I'm being an idiot putting the wrong thing on them. Kind of primed it a little bit though, so I'm okay with that. Do the same thing here. Oh, I didn't clean this one. You dummy. Why does that not go down flush? That's when we go to adapting. There's a little piece in the way right here. There we go. I think that did it. Yeah, don't believe that was supposed to be there. Yeah, there we go. It's down on there now. Yeah, I've touched up the paint on there and everything. Don't need it. All right. I think I'll make it match the body color. I think we're going to start matching body color. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to take this, put my little spray booth. We're going to, and these, well, let me mask them first. And then we will Be back. We'll go with the body color. We'll make the carburetors body color too. Alright. Be right back. Get a little creative in here. I'm gonna try to paint while I'm keeping this brush just the coil part. Or what looks like coils. Which I have a better brush to do this with, but I'm just gonna use this one because I'm already using it. It isn't going well. I am not the best painter. Not at this scale. I can paint a house. I can definitely do that. Do it for a living. There we go. Painting these type things, that's a bit difficult for me. Okay. Let's see if we can clean that up. I don't know it'll be perfect, but if it's close enough, who in the world's ever gonna know? Because then I don't get that close to it. And it's really small scale. As long as it's good enough to trick the eye, trick the naked eye. And give the illusion that it looks good. Without paying too close attention, then our job is done. And we will have achieved the goal. Messed up one part. Right there. There we go. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but I like it. Better than it was. Now let me go get these other parts. By the way, if the mic was doing something weird for the past few minutes with the video, with me working on this other stuff while I was letting that dry, it's because the exhaust fan was still on the spray booth. I left it on purpose, but I didn't think about the voice thing. So that's what that was, if there was an issue. Back to this, though. Is this not like the color or what? I mean... that's the color. I think that looks great. Will be the body color. Now this part's fun because we got these new colors. Go make it all pretty. All right. We're gonna put this on first. So, super glue, super duper CA glue goes on there. There we go. Intake manifold is attached. There's one more thing we got to do before I continue that I forgot about. I'm gonna take this rubber and we're gonna coat that belt. Yeah, that's color. Fan belt color. Okay, if it's a little dirty looking, the paint job with this this belt, because if you've ever looked at a real fan belt, pretty much how it looks. The way this is looking when it's not a clean looking painted surface. It gives it texture, the appearance of texture at least, which a fan belt definitely has. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Looks way better with an actual rubbery fan belt looking belt instead of that silver. It just made no sense. This is more accurate. All right, now we can move on to this stuff. Before I try to attach anything else, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the coil and distributor on it. So you need a drop on each hole. Gonna put them those two holes right there. Hole on the right hand side. And distributor on the left. Well, they're attached. Okay, so next we've got the two carburetors. We're not doing the air cleaners. No air cleaner stack. We may change our mind, but for right now, we're not doing that. And then the intake hoses or header hoses, whatever. Let's do these. I got nice little groove slots that they sit in that need to be cleaned out. Fit up. Now that I did that, I think I roughed it up too much. I did. Rip. Let me fix it. Touch up the paint on it. Dang it. Sucks because this doesn't match perfectly. There we go. Now the carburetors are on. And they're body color, just like the ball right there. Just like these hoses that are about to go on there. So let's get those. Everything should be prepped with them. I just need to put them together. Attach them. Those hoses are attached now. Those pipes. Alright, last piece for this stage that we're going to do. Just do the same thing to the other side. Ooh, this is a long recording, guys. I don't know how I'm going to edit it. I have no idea how I'm going to edit it for you guys, but I get it done. Obviously, because you're watching it. Because the alternator is just hanging there. What I think it is when we start putting more of this together and get it installed and get all the framing, and that's going to attach where it needs to. Like, it's going to get the radiator here, and then like, but for now, it's just hanging out right there. Anyways, all right, let me put this, get this situated, and we'll close out this video. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for this one. This 1966 Chevy Nova model kit. Again, this is a hand-me-down kit. This is something, this was found in a barn and then given to me to finish because they knew I was into models, and it had some paints and stuff I could use. So they just gave me the whole thing, and it was already started. But they didn't even finish the first stage of the model, but they painted several things, and so, oh man, I'm gonna have to glue that back on. I can't believe that just happened. Figures, you know. It would only make sense if that happened, you know. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so I really didn't met. It's not the prettiest thing, and it's got bad seams and stuff, and just like, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of wanted to leave a little homage to the original owner of this that started it by leaving his work I'm not changing it. There you go. There's new. And so the cat won't even fit on that thing now. That being said, terrible seam right there on the transmission. And some of these colors I could have done something else, but it looks like an engine. And I did change that belt. He had it painted silver like a dummy. So I took some rubber and I made the belt colored. That was the main change that I did out of what he had done. The rest of it I pretty much left. But that blue is our body color. I went ahead and decided. You guys want to pick the interior color? Be my guest. Let me know what color you want the interior to be. I've got beige, or we can do gray, or black. I mean, or we could even do it white. It's got white on the box. Not that I want to do it white, but I mean, we could even do that if you wanted to. Just let me know if you guys have a preference, what you'd like to see me paint this model as for the interior. But I went ahead and chose the body color because I really like this blue. I already had it, and it's an actual automotive paint. It's got the gold, the metal flake in it and everything. And it's really pretty color. I think it's gonna be sharp. Uh, but let me get it closer. Yeah, there's our little engine. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Um, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good week, good month, and all of that. Um, this is a little different. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, let me know and say, "Hey, big dummy, where's the sci-fi stuff? Where's your starships?" Because that's why I'm watching. Which is fair. It's what I like too. Again, this is not something I bought, and it's been sitting on the shelf for a long time. But this gave me an opportunity to do something a little different pace, and more laid back, and something I don't have to be too particular with, like a cracked open transmission. Who cares? No one's gonna see it anyways. um, Regardless, thanks for watching. Hope you made it this far. If not, just tell me to make the better content. All right. Well, see you in the next episode. Part 2 of this 66 Chevy Nova build, and hopefully we'll have some more Starship builds coming at you soon. Hopefully it's the Deep Space Nine. Even though we're at a little kind of sort of slowed halt, we are pushing through. That being said, you guys, the next one. Deuces.